heard some interesting rumors from behind the scene. Keep everybody anonymous. Shout out to the brother that gave me the rumor, man. And basically they saying that Errol Spence is the reason why Errol Spence fight got pushed back versus Sebastian Fundora. So I mean, this shouldn't be no surprise to nobody, honestly, when you kind of think about it. Because we know why the Bud rematch was off, because he was injured. He had to get another eye surgery. Allegedly, they saying that Errol Spence still got a detached retina, is not allowed to fight in New York City, California, and Nevada. So the state of New York, state of Nevada, and the state of California. Now, New York and Nevada hold a lot of weight. A lot of times when they say you can't fight there, another commission ain't gonna allow you to fight. So, yeah, another commission ain't gonna allow you to fight. So, that's a huge thing right there. So basically, they saying that he ain't gonna be cleared. He ain't been cleared to fight versus Fundora from the eye injury. Now, apparently, Sugar Ray Leonard had the same injury, and the rumor is he suffered that injury versus. His first fight with Thomas Hearns, came back, looked bad, retired. Then took some significant time off, and then came back. So it may not be no guarantee that Fundora fight Errol Spence next. Now, I heard from somebody in the Spence vicinity, he basically said that Spence said they pushed the fight back to January. But they saying the real reason that dog can't fight is because he got his retina, his eye still fucked up. They said he still got a detached retina. That's coming from a really good source. And that's why he ain't fighting. Yep, that's why he ain't fighting. Detached retina. Detached retina. So, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they pushing the fight back. I didn't really understand kind of when he was saying the original rumor was, well, they want to see if Crawford win or lose on Saturday night. I think had Crawford lost, they would have did Fundora versus Madrimov. That would have bought Errol Spence some more time to recover. Now I'm putting the pieces together. Then him and Spence and Fundora would have fought early next year. So apparently when Spence said, well, I could retire at any time, apparently he can't retire, or he don't want to retire. I'll put it that way. He don't want to retire. He still wants to fight Sebastian Fundora, and if his eye still fucked up and you willing to put your eye on the line, potentially, and that's a serious thing, and you fighting and you putting your health on the line, what are you fighting for? Is he fighting to show like, I don't want the everlasting memory of Errol Spence to be me getting beat up by Terrence Crawford like that? Or is he fighting because he need a check? Or is he fighting because the company and PBC need him to do one last favor and transfer his power of his fan base over Sebastian Fundora? I don't know. But if you putting your eye on the line, that means it sounds like you need a check. It sounds like you need that money. So, to be honest, I don't know, just a rumor. It's allegedly that his eye still messed up and won't nobody clear him to fight. Nevada and New York they don't play them games. California a third, they don't play them games. So shame on everybody involved. His pop should be telling him, hey man, retire, take some time off, see how the eye heal. They should be and apparently the eye was a problem heading into that Manny Pacquiao fight. And that's why he was getting beat up in sparring. And they said that one of them sparring partners, I think the one they showed in the video, dropped him. He was getting beat up in sparring. They pulled out the fight, and you gotta imagine, what if he was fighting with the eye like that and he was fine, he wasn't getting dropped, he was blowing through their sparring partners, then would they let him still would have fought? I don't know. But, it seemed like he got something to prove. Or he needed a check. And he is getting sued by Derrick James, and there's a small possibility, and a small one, that he may lose that lawsuit. But, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. Our main job as men is to sacrifice. Provide, protect, sacrifice. Protect, sacrifice. All that other shit that women throw out there, sex and emotional support. Your job as a man is to provide, protect, sacrifice for your family. And these are the sacrifices that real men make. These are the sacrifices. They willing to put their life on the line so their children and their wives can live a comfortable life. And don't nobody, and to be real, women take that for granted. A lot of y'all grandfathers and fathers went out there and worked jobs that they hated, jobs that put them at risk with asbestos, and took dangerous jobs, and they passed away from all the stress of the job and the stress of carrying a family. And your grandmother, your mother get the benefit and reap the benefits of his labor from all the money he accumulated, the insurance, the pensions, the 401ks, the benefits, the investments that he left behind. Women don't value that. And this is going to be the first real generation. Millennials going to be the first generations to find out, a lot of these women going to die fast. They don't have that protection. They want to be strong and independent. They don't have the physical protection. I talked about some on the Patreon coming up. They don't have the emotional protection. They don't have the financial protection. They ain't gonna be living no soft life. They think about living a soft life when they 20 and 30. Shit, you need to live a soft life when you 40, 50, 60. When your ass is hurting, your bones is hurting, and you can't throw that wop around like you used to. It's a wrap. So when that wop dry up, and you can't sell it no more, you gonna start selling plates and selling knitting covers and shit. That ain't gonna sell. So this is what real men do. They willing to put their physical body on the line. They emotional. They rather put their emotions on the line. Everything. So men know, like, if he really sacrificing himself to go out there and provide for his family like that, we all know what that feel like. Us that got families. We the ones that say we'll die for the family. We the ones we'll say we'll die for our mothers, die for our wives. We'll die for our children. So if that's the case, man, I mean, he need the money that bad, which I'm not saying he do. It may just be a bravado thing. He may not just want to go out like that he did versus Terrence Crawford. But he say time and time again, I can retire when I want to. I can retire when I want to. I've been retired my parents. I'm good. And if he good, at least walk away from 1 or 2 years like Sugar Ray Leonard did, however long it was, and then see what your eye do when you come back. But that's Al Heyman for you. Rather put a compromised brother in the ring versus Fundora instead of giving him a fill-out fight. He could say, I don't want no tune-ups. He could say that all day. That's fine. He could say that till he blue in the face. I feel like your job as an advisor is to protect your investment to a certain extent. And all the protection you provided these PBC fighters, now's the time to provide a little bit more protection. But they saying that he ain't cleared to fight. That's the good word, that he ain't cleared to fight because of that eye. And nobody know where the eye injury came from. People insinuate that it came from the car accident. People might say it came from a fight. Who knows? When you take punches for a living, it can happen. It can happen. It can happen, but I just think at that point, you be grown man though. If his family ain't say nothing about or couldn't stop him from being in the streets, how can they stop him from going in the ring and putting his eye on the line? That's what you gotta ask yourself. So we can insinuate, he shouldn't have been in the street. We don't know what that could have came from a punch. It could have came from wear and tear. It could have came from the car accident. He could have woke up and his eye fucked up one day. You just never know. Metal could have gotten his eye. We don't know. But these are the sacrifices that we make. These are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up, break it up. So I feel them. And most of us real masculine, free, straight thinking black men gonna do the same thing. You know, but they saying that's why the fight getting pushed back. And maybe the doctor said, okay, you'll be good in January. You be good to go in January. You be good to go in a few months. Maybe clear, and now he want to see how the eye gonna act. Shit, I don't know. Right now they won't clear him. I even know New York ain't gonna clear him. They so anal about things like that. They know New York ain't gonna clear him. But, you know, to be honest, man, I wish him nothing but the best physically. Hopefully he can make a great comeback. But I can't tell another man when to jump in the fire and when not to. I can't do it. So salute to him. Wish him nothing but the best. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. What Mike Tyson saying that cannabis L Cool J diss. He said we warriors. He said we go in, we may not come back at all. We may not come out at all. And then that's what it is. I really think women underestimate the value that a real masculine, straight man bring to. I think they underestimate that shit. If they really understood it, infidelity, as long as you ain't bringing nothing home, infidelity would be dropping on that list. You know, I'm trying to tell you, infidelity will drop way on that list. If they added up everything that a man bring to a table, a real ninja bring to a table for them, they won't care about that. And a lot of them couldn't walk a mile in our shoes. Couldn't walk 10 meters in our shoes. But they'll never understand it. But hey, Box Rumor playlist, hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, Venmo. Check out the Patreon. We over there cooking. No dope, but we just cooking. Peace.